another school shooting, which fella Cook and the splooge crew, I'm going to sit there and say, oh, it's probably made up or it didn't happen. Well, the video evidence don't lie. There's way more than this. Maybe we can find another footage, a video footage of raw footage of the cops swarming in and responding quickly about this. But first, let's do it from this perspective. Conservatives. Incident response to Nashville school shooting. Nashville school shooting leaves 6 dead. All right, let's get to it.
Shooting. Another feckless response from conservatives in particular. I'm going to give you some highlights, updates, and background. One individual was able to take over Fox News for just a few minutes. Here it is.
Aren't you guys tired of covering this? Aren't you guys tired of being here and having to cover all of these mass shootings? I'm from Highland Park. Family vacation with my son, visiting my sister-in-law. I have been lobbying in D.C. since we survived a mass shooting in July. I have met with over 130 lawmakers. How is this still happening? How are our children still dying, and why are we failing them? Gun violence is the #1 killer of children and teens. It has overtaken cars. Assault weapons are contributing to the border crisis and fentanyl. We are arming cartels with our guns and our loose gun laws, and these shootings and these mass shootings will continue to happen until our lawmakers step up and pass gun safety legislation.
Bam! And you know what? I agree with her 100%, wholeheartedly. I have been saying this over and over. We need to start restricting, fully automatic assault rifles, starting with AR-15s. You know what? And I don't give a fuck if fellow cock watches this, laughs about it, goes to sock counts. I don't care. When is enough enough? We've already had 67 mass shootings this year. I mean, what? How many mass school shootings have we had since Sandy Hook happened? Probably, 2 dozen? Uvalde, and you got these others like Parkland. And here's another case. When is enough enough? When are we going to have stricter background checks? When are we going to start banning fully automatic, weapons out there? Yes, I do believe the Second Amendment right to bear arms. But in this day and age, too many of these guns go unnoticed. They go into the wrong hands because people don't do due diligence of background checks. Not only that, you got to call a thing out there where people make ghost guns, untraceable guns. Untraceable.
I'm pretty sure this was an unsecured weapon that this teenager got a hold of. We can't even pass gun safety, safe storage laws in this country to protect kids from getting a hold of weapons that they shoot each other with.
All right, so we're going to break away there because that reporter who was using that camera is obviously setting up to do a live report there.
And he goes on to say, basically, she's right.
She is right.
Fox News has been the safe haven for all things bigoted and racist for years, but they are also the safe haven for inaction. Don't touch policy. No. New laws won't change that. We simply need to enforce the current ones we have. They didn't say that about voting in America. They literally created legislation based on a lie that they admit was a lie.
Yeah, it's like they don't talk about bullying. They're talking about you got politics and an agenda these days to want to abolish and ban LGBTQ community like that. They want to make it. They want to make it a banning. Like they want to ban abortion. They want to kill women if they have an abortion. They want to ban same-sex marriages, same-sex relationships. They want to ban the teaching of the LGBTQ community as well, which is flourishing. It's like they're the same type of people that want to talk about, the Me Too movement, about women getting raped and sodomized, insulted, vulnerable victims, ladies and gentlemen.
They passed laws over this lie. Okay, Metro Nashville PD, they would later release more footage. Here it is.
Check this out.
providing an opportunity for kids to eat lunch. Maybe you're getting ready to provide the evening bus route schedule. Again, this happens. There is nothing that can mentally prepare someone for that kind of individual walking down the hallway. Okay? Let's put the picture up full mass.
Now, you're going to ask, who is this shooter? I'll tell you in a second. But let me break down something here first. You know, it's the same mortality. Here we go again, another school shooting. Sandy Hook, Uvalde. No, unlike those school shootings, this is 28-year-old Audrey Elizabeth Hale. We're going to dig into more details about her in a later time. We'll break it down. That's why I'm on Elizabeth Audrey Hale. But for now, back to the story.
At Covenant School in Nashville, Tennessee, another mass shooting has occurred in this country. The Covenant School shooter was identified by the Metro Nashville Police Department as a Nashville resident named Audrey Haley. Police initially described the suspect as a teen, and then a 28-year-old woman, and later said Hale was transgender male.
Transgender.
They have tried to somehow affix this dynamic on the reason for the mass shooting, which is insane. Let me give you some background. A source close to the family told the Daily Beast on Monday night, that the individual who carried out this shooting, Audrey, was autistic but high functioning. A search of the home turned up maps drawn of the school in detail. So surveillance, entry, points, etc. Drake said, as well as a manifesto and some other writings that pertain to this date, the actual incident of how this was all going to take place inside a Honda Fit, and Audrey drove and parked at the church-based school's campus Friday morning. Cops found additional material, police said in a tweet. What kind of weapon is it? Let's put it up. All too familiar with these types of cases. AR-style rifle.
Bam!
And an AR-style pistol. And a handgun was used to shoot through a locked side entrance of the school. And according to the chief of police, John Drake, these guns were obtained legally and locally. The victims include a 9-year-old Haley Scruggs.
Here are the victims.
And William Kinney, not pictured. Adults including 61-year-old custodian Mike Hill, substitute teacher Cynthia Peak, and the 60-year-old head of the Covenant School, Dr. Catherine Coach, who also lost their lives. Now, you look at these pictures, right? You realize there's an innocence about every single one of them, because they just went to work, or they just went to school. Once police arrived on the scene, Metropolitan Nashville Police Chief John Drake said Officer Rex Engelbert and Officer Michael Colazzo fired at Audrey and fatally wounded.
And there are videos about that. We'll dig them up later.
So let's put them up. So sad. After finding out the shooter was transgender, Marjorie Taylor Greene tweeted this. She says, while people are...
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Right-winger, bigot, fascist little bitch. Yeah. Look what she said. Look what she says. How much hormones like testosterone and medication for mental illness was the transgender Nashville school shooting taken? Everyone can stop blaming guns now. Okay. Blaming an LGBTQ community, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Way to fucking right-winging, bitch.
Suffering than actually.
Way to right-winging. Blame it on the transgender.
She said, how much hormones, like testosterone and medication?
Yeah, she's one of those fucking bitches that wants to get rid of the LGBTQ community, wants to abolish same-sex marriages like that, or same-sex couples adopting. She's a right-winger, pro-Trump, anti-vaxxer bitch. She is. Flat out.
For mental illness, what's the transgender Nashville school shooter taking? Everyone can stop blaming guns now. The insensitivity is unreal.
I would tell, hey, Philemon, did you predict this school shooting? You always go around and say you could predict. Now you go around and say, oh, get a gun bat bite program. Oh, I can predict the next mass shooting around. Did you predict this one there, Philemon? I don't think so, Philemommy. I don't think so.
Real. The ignorance is quite baffling. The evil is expected. Marjorie Taylor Greene, a person that obviously lacks a soul, has decided
lacks a soul. The fucking cunt doesn't have a damn soul.
A political talking point via Twitter.
That's what I say. She's a fucking cunt. Cunt.
No,
Pro-Trump, anti-vaxxer, right-winger, supremacist, bigot, bitch.
School to shut up. You typically try to be respectful. Put aside the partisan politics for just a moment. Try to understand this from a dynamic of remedy. What can actually work? But you don't give a damn about what can work. You care about very few things. But I know you care about Donald Trump.
Yeah, duh! Dr. Rashid hit it on the head. Yeah, she cares about Trump because she's a fucking Trump supporter. Yeah, she's a right-winger. She's one of those fucking dumbass bitches, anti-vaxxer. Like when fellow mom used to make fun of Dinah for getting vaccinated, taking the jabs. Eric Spitfire used to say like that, making fun of, people get vaccinated. Because they're pro-Trump, anti-vaxxer, right-wing supremacist fucks.
And you care about bigots who commit domestic terrorism. Sharing thoughts here.
And I want to know what the woman who goes by 3 names from Georgia in Congress is on herself, talking about other people and their hormones. What is she smoking? Because she sounds like a dope fiend.
Yeah. I'd like to know what's Marjorie Taylor, what the fuck, what's she smoking? What the fuck is she shooting up? What fucking, is she shooting up to fucking put a needle in the vine? Is she bumping up some fucking rocks? When she said that bullshit? Yeah. She be doing some fucking serious fucking twisted iced teas and blow like OJM.
Dr. Ritchie, I'm sorry. 20 minutes after this occurs and kids and good people lose their lives, she's coming up with this utter nonsense.
Utter
what
garbage. Utter garbage. Say, oh, what hormone is this one? What the fuck? You think, yeah, oh yeah. That's what I say. She's a pro-Trump anti-vaxxer. She wants to abolish the LGBTQ community. I said it. You know it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She said it on record before. She fucking, she gets on her knees sucking on Donald Trump's shriveled up dick. That's how much fucking she loves Professor fucking Love the Trump.
That woman who was smart enough to take over the airways of fake news is right. Everything she said. Everything she said.
Yeah. And yeah, like I said, that woman was 100% right. When is enough is enough? When are lawmakers going to wake up? Maybe it's time we do start banning or restricting AR-15s. Because how many of these mass shootings? What, Rebecca? Oh, let's see. AR-15s, yeah.
Spot on. When's it going to stop? It's not.
Yeah. And here's the thing, Sharon. The Congress has the ability to remove Marjorie Taylor Greene if they choose to.
They should.
They've done it before for individuals who decided to act outside of the boundaries of...
Marjorie Taylor, here's the thing I need to say. The bitch needs to just shut the fuck up and go away right up in the sunset. And before you go off to the sunset of the beach, change your fucking tampon maxi pack, cunt. Cunt, cunt, cunt. It was Monday Much Up. Peace out.